Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you are. Guys, there's a topic area. Before we get into the video, smash the like button. Guys, just to give you a quick update, I've had a lot of people messaging me on Messenger, on Facebook and stuff, saying that, Imran, can I come onto your live? It'll be great for me, an opportunity for me to come onto your live. I really like it. I'm really enjoying the content. I've had quite a few people message me, so I'm getting a good reaction from these live streams. So yeah, it's been brilliant. I've enjoyed doing them. It's just a sad thing that the holidays are coming soon, gonna come to an end. Because I wish if the holidays were longer, and I was initially thinking that who knows, we may go into a lockdown. I'd have to work from home anyway, so it still wouldn't get the same amount of time. But obviously, I don't think that's going to be the case at this point. But I've really enjoyed the live streams, and like I said, we still got quite a few more days left. We've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's got 4 days before everything goes back to normal. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. And it's crazy because you know what, the holidays go so fast. It's crazy how quick the holidays go. Tomorrow's like the last, and Monday, of course, the last official holiday. I know people complain about the weekend going so fast, and the weekends go rapid, but it is what it is anyway. It is what it is. Yeah, so hopefully we'll do another live stream tomorrow, and then we'll do another debate and we'll talk about things. I really enjoyed it. The last couple of live streams have been really, really good. Really enjoyed them. They've been getting some good views, good reactions. So yeah, let's hope that we can get some more people tuning in tomorrow. But I want to talk about an issue, and I want to talk about a topic area which obviously was mentioned in the live stream. And Dan Hewitt, I believe, who's a boxing commentator, and many others have said that. Ray said it while he was on the live stream as well. A question got asked: would Floyd Mayweather have beaten the 2010? I think Little Penny might have asked it. Would Floyd Mayweather have beaten the 2010 Manny Pacquiao? And Ray said that he feels that Manny or Floyd would have beaten any version of Manny Pacquiao. I'm not so sure about that. For me, that's a very difficult question to answer. And maybe for some people it's not, because for some people styles make fights. And maybe Floyd would have been too good in 2010, possibly. But the reason why I'm not sure is because Manny Pacquiao was an absolute beast at that point in his career. Manny Pacquiao he was beating guys up. He weren't just winning, he was beating guys up. When Manny Pacquiao fought Floyd, Manny was still a great fighter. But I didn't think he had that say after the knockouts, even before, after, that period that he had of 6-7 fights where Floyd had fought him in that period. I remember speaking to my dad about this, and my dad said, I can't see anyone beating this guy. I literally can't see anyone beating this guy. He's unstoppable. And Floyd in his career was always consistent and always great. But I don't think he had a purple patch in his career where he looked as good as what Manny Pacquiao was looking in that period. I'm talking about the period when he beat up De La Hoya, where he knocked Hatton cold, where he smashed Miguel Cotto, Margarito, Clottey. That period and that Manny Pacquiao, I don't know who could beat that version, because that Manny Pacquiao was something else. That, for me, Manny Pacquiao was so quick. He had power. He was a monster. Foot speed was unbelievable. Now, Floyd, we know, is very skilled. Very, very skilled. And a very, very smart, quick, very intelligent, very difficult fighter to hit. Sharp reflexes, very quick. But I think Manny would have tested that. I think Manny would have tested. At that point, like I said, with how good Manny Pacquiao was looking, Manny would have tested. Now, Floyd is naturally bigger than Pacquiao. So, when you've got somebody as skilled as Floyd and as big as Floyd Mayweather, Manny was always going to be at a disadvantage, because now Manny would be going up against someone with very high boxing IQ, but he's bigger than him. And Floyd would take advantage of those advantages because Floyd knew how to. But like I said, at that point, Manny Pacquiao looked a monster. And I don't know, at that point, like, you'd have to say, yeah, maybe Floyd, but at that point, like I said to you, I think he was unbeatable. I think he was unbeatable. I do. I just do. And when I look at, like, Floyd when he fought Ricky Hatton, I can't remember when that fight was, 2008, was it? You know, Ricky gave Floyd a few issues early on, and then after that, he just started picking him off. Pacquiao was a different beast. And I actually thought when Floyd got to about 2016, and people may say I'm crazy for saying this, although Floyd was older, I actually think Floyd got even better, because the Floyd that was fighting at 135, that would have favored Manny Pacquiao a lot more, because Floyd was a lot more aggressive. He got hit a lot more. And I don't know whether he could have been as that aggressive against Pacquiao, especially the one that was just beating guys up in 2010. I would have been fascinated by that fight in 2010. And it's not the question that Floyd might have beaten Manny Pacquiao. He may have beaten him. I think if you were to make a bet, maybe people would say Floyd beats Manny Pacquiao. It's the fact that Floyd didn't fight him in that period. So people look at it and think, well, you didn't really fight a prime Manny. See, people say, well, Floyd is older than Manny. It's irrelevant about age. It's about fighting a guy when he's at his best. And although Manny was still great when he fought Floyd in 2015, he wasn't as good as what he was 5-6 years prior. And that's what people say about Floyd, that it's not about the fact that we don't think he wouldn't have beaten Manny Pacquiao. It's the fact that he didn't fight Manny Pacquiao when he was supposed to fight him. And that's what hurts his legacy now. He obviously had his reasons not to. And obviously they ended up saying, well, look, I didn't fight him, but look how big the fight turned out to be. The fight ended up being one of the biggest fights, or the biggest fight in the history of the sport of boxing, which it was. But nonetheless, I don't think it was as competitive as what it could have been 5-6 years earlier. But financially, it wouldn't have been as big. But then you kind of hurt your legacy because the fight turned out to be very poor. See, when it's a fight of that magnitude of Mayweather-Pacquiao, people want it to deliver, because boxing what needs it to deliver, because there's so many eyes on the sport, right? That night there were so many casual fans that were watching that fight. It's unbelievable. I don't think there's been any fight. Maybe there has been in the past. Maybe when Ali was fighting or when Tyson was fighting. I don't know, but I don't think there was as many casuals watching a boxing fight in the last 20 years. There were so many casuals watching that fight from all over the world. And the fight didn't deliver in terms of action. It was very poor. Very poor. It just didn't deliver. And I felt like it hurt the sport a little, because we didn't get a Tommy Hearns Hagler fight. You know, when it's a fight of a real high magnitude, you know, an Ali Foreman fight, we want a conclusive finish and want an exciting fight, you know. And unfortunately, we didn't get that. We didn't get that. And I feel like that really hurt the sport. And we haven't had as big a fight since. Like, since then, 2015, we haven't had anywhere near as big a fight as that. No, and there won't be. Because there ain't names in boxing like that anymore. You know, Mayweather and Pacquiao were unique. We're not going to get that anytime soon. Hence why I even think if Floyd and Manny had fought again, I think it would have broke records again. I think it would have been the biggest fight in boxing. It would have been bigger than... Mayweather-Pacquiao would have been bigger than Joshua Wilder. Without question. Because people would want to see how the rematch goes. I thought there may be a rematch because I thought the money would be so great. But the problem is Floyd managed to make so much money other ways. Like, he's made ridiculous money fighting Logan Paul, Conor McGregor. So he found another way to stay relevant and to make money. Big money as well. So, you know, there was no need for him to fight Manny Pacquiao, because Floyd realized that he had, you know, marketed himself so well that he had become such a big name that he could fight whoever and make huge money. And what he did is he fought other stars, you know. But yeah, I don't know who would have won in 2010. I would favor Floyd, the bigger guy, very, very, defensive fighter. But again, like I said, that Manny Pacquiao had a much better chance of beating Floyd than the one that fought him in 2015. Because like I said, the Manny Pacquiao that I saw around that period, I think he was unbeatable. I do, and I'll stick by that. I don't think the one that fought Hatton, Margarito, Cotto, that was Mosley, that was a dangerous Manny Pacquiao. That was a Manny Pacquiao that I felt he was by far the best fighter in the world. And as Mike Tyson said, I remember when Mike Tyson, he said, Floyd Mayweather's good, don't get me wrong, but Manny Pacquiao's sensational. The way he's looking, the guy's looking incredible. And it was right, because he was just looking like, wow, this guy's something else. Hence why there was so much demand for that fight. And people wanted to see him fight Pacquiao so bad, because like Manny Pacquiao just looked invincible. He just looked invincible, which, yeah. Anyway, I think people looking back at it, I think we should just give both credit. Both had great careers, both all-time greats. One of the greatest fighters of all time. But probably Floyd wins that fight at any point. I don't know. And I can't say with any confidence, because Manny Pacquiao was a legend. And like I said, in that period, he was a phenomenal fighter. And it would have been good to see how Floyd got on with that kind of Manny Pacquiao, because obviously Manny Pacquiao got older, but Floyd, I don't think I finished my point. Floyd actually in 2016 was better, in the sense that he was pound for pound still the best. It wasn't look like he was slowing down. He adapted better. See, Manny Pacquiao relied a lot on his speed, his footwork and stuff. That slows down with age. Floyd became a lot more static, and he would use his tricky defense to win a lot of his fights. But if you look at someone like Maidana was able to trouble Floyd, because Maidana had high activity and he was trying to bully Floyd. And Floyd was quite static in that fight. And I think Floyd was just very smart in his fights. He was just very, very tactical, very smart. He was just, like I said, a very, very smart fighter, very calculated fighter. Hence why you'd have to favor him against anyone, just because of how smart he is. And losing, he just didn't want to lose. And he also was tough. He also could take a punch. He also, he was a very smart fighter. Nelson made a good point about Mayweather, that Mayweather, he was trying to win the match, whereas Manny Pacquiao was trying to entertain and impress. And Manny Pacquiao was a more fan-friendly fighter, hence why a lot more people adored Manny Pacquiao, because he was a lot more exciting to watch. You would never doze off in a Manny Pacquiao fight, but in a Floyd Mayweather fight at times, because it's not the most exciting. His style itself isn't that exciting. Like even a Roy Jones or a Mike Tyson or a Manny Pacquiao, these are different, stylistically, these are a joy to watch. They're more entertaining to watch. Floyd isn't as entertaining to watch, as some of the names that I just mentioned. Those guys are probably natural. Floyd's gifted, but in different ways. Those guys are offensively, naturally very gifted, very exciting, they're very appealing to watch. Whereas Floyd's style wasn't as appealing, but Floyd was great in his own way, But to beat Floyd Mayweather was very tough, whereas all of those guys got beaten. Whereas Floyd Mayweather never got beat, because his style was very difficult to beat. He was just so, he adapted so well. He was just so smart inside the ring. Hence why he never got beat. But those guys, eventually, as they started slowing down, they weren't the fighters they were. And they did get beat, because they couldn't adapt. They didn't have the boxing IQ that he had. They had a lot of natural talent and ability. But as that starts to wear away, as you get older, ability is not enough. Your boxing IQ, your brain. And Floyd probably had the best, maybe in boxing history. his boxing IQ was something else. The ability to adjust in fights was off to another level. The fact that he was able to adjust his style, right, you know, throughout his career, where he became from more offensive to defensive, you know, where he would take less punishment, that in itself tells you, you know, the kind of talent that that man had. But yeah, leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Do you think a 2010 Manny Pacquiao would have beaten Floyd Mayweather? Leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.